in the telling of a joke, it's important to ensure that your subject matter is something that can be believed in. Now, this joke particularly refers to the small country town general store. I don't know if you've ever been in one, but these stores actually sell everything and anything, from a bobby pin, whatever a bobby pin is, to a lawnmower, because they're the only store for miles around. Now, this particular story is about the young lad who just gets a job within the general store, and the owner of the store says, look lad, he says, when somebody comes in to buy something, it's important that you actually deal with their needs and supply them with what they want if you can, but also bear in mind to try and upsell a little bit. And he says, look, be easy for me to show you the next customer that comes in, and then you can follow my lead. So anyway, the next guy who walks in comes up to the counter and says, have you got any grass seed? And the owner goes, oh yes, certainly, sir. What sort of grass seed do you need? He says, well, I don't particularly know. He says, well, what sort of lawn are you preparing? Are you preparing a lawn that's going to be a show lawn, or something that the kids are going to play on with a bit of traffic? He says, oh, the kids, I want it to look nice, but I want a little bit of traffic, like, you know, I want it to wear a little bit. He says, well, let me recommend these new hybrid seeds that have got a bit of buffalo in them. They're still nice to look at and cut up well. He says, but they're fairly well and hardy sort of thing. He says, oh, by the way, sir, he says, have you got any fertilizer? He says, you'll need fertilizer for when you're establishing the lawn, sir. You need to get some nutrients in the ground so the lawn will grow well. I do have a range of fertilizers. He says, this particular one would suit your needs. This goes well with buffalo. They actually like this type of fertilizer. He says, oh, thank you very much. So he sells them the seed, the fertilizer, and he says, oh, by the way, sir, when the grass has grown, have you got anything to cut the grass with? I have a fine range of lawnmowers, from rotaries to reels. He says, by the time the guy's finished, he's walked out with the seed, fertilizer, and a new lawnmower. He turns to the young lad, he says, there you go. He says, that's just dealing with the needs and upselling a little bit. The next person who comes through the door, you can give it a go. Anyway, this guy comes through the door, walks up to the counter, he says, excuse me, he says, have you got any female hygiene products, sanitary towels, like? And the young lad says, certainly, sir, what sort of towels do you want? He says, well, I don't really know. He says, well, we've got the ones with the wings on. He says, we've got pads, and we've got the ones that can actually insert, sir. He says, do you know exactly what needs your wife wants? He says, I tell you what, sir, he says, take the light duty ones and the heavy duty ones for night time. He says, that should cover all bases and make your wife happy. He says, oh, thank you very much. He says, oh, by the way, sir, he says, can it interest you in a lawnmower? And the guy turns around and looks at him and says, why would I want a lawnmower? He says, well, you're not getting anything for a few days. You might as well cut the grass.